time, and you play Zerg right now, you're still gonna know exactly what you like to do as Terran against Zerg, and you also remember what you really hated to face. And I feel that is one of those things that's always going to be with you, and it's also shown in statistics that TLO right now, statistically proven, his best matchup is against Terran, which is not surprising.
He really does have some strong ZVTK. That's why I think TLO is going to take this game. I love Select. He's one of my favorite people in StarCraft 2. But I mean, TLO's ZVT is really, really, I think, world class. I would put it at top 10 ZVT on the planet.
That's quite a statement, but I'm a little bit blown away by that.
It's out there.
We see the first Rex going down, Ben, on the bottom side of this map, and it's going to be an 11-11 opening for Select, but we were daydreaming a little bit and talking about everything that is not related to this game. We see Select proxying TLO. TLO, of course, playing under the account Bumblebee, which is the team manager from Team Liquid. Big shout out to Bumblebee, a very nice guy from Denmark. Used to be with Mouse Sports, then made the switch to Team Liquid, and has been a loyal part of their organization ever since.
Yep, actually helps us out on some of our segments we do here at the North American Star League, if I'm not mistaken. He's a good dude.
Bumblebee
does it for esports.
He's a nice guy.
Now, Select has been known to really like these kind of aggressive 2-rack styles. He's got some of the best micro in the business, and this could really work pretty damn well. I think the TLO might have gone 16 pool after that hatch first. That's a very late spawning pool. And if Select can get a bunker up, this is going to get really, really dicey, Kev.
Is it going to get dicey in here, Ben?
It's going to get dicey in here.
Okay, we see that SCV is going to scout the spawning pool. TLO is still pretty much completely unaware of what's going on, Ben. And you're going to have to worry about that. If you are a fan of Dario Wunsch, and I'm a little bit of a fan, we did not make predictions, by the way.
Ooh, I just told you I picked TLO to win.
Oh, okay. Well, I didn't tell you. I actually thought Select was going to take this, but I think it's very close. I think the TLO is really an excellent player. Queens are in production, Ben. 2 spine crawlers immediately on the way.
And bunker going up a little, Select wants it to go up outside of TLO's vision, but that plan has backfired terribly, as that bunker is barely visible. And
3 spine crawlers going up.
I don't think this is going to work for Select. I mean, TLO is already getting everything he needs kind of in place.
Don't you think he should have got the queen in the natural rather than in the main? Or
yes, I do. But I do think it's a pretty short walk. Creep almost connects those bases already. TLO forced to cancel 1 spine already. Select continuing with this very aggressive bunker play. 1 spine crawler finishes.
Oh, the second spine crawler takes so much damage right now.
Does not quite fall. It's actually huge that TLO manages to keep that alive. And here we go, man. This is where it all gets. It's where it gets kind of crazy. Marine's gonna have to dance around a little bit. Bunker. Oh, is that bunker in range of the spine? No, it's actually hitting the hatchery right now. 2 spine crawlers will out-damage the repair on this bunker, and we already see TLO doing a great job pushing this back.
And Select is not really producing Marines anymore, just from 1 Rex right now. He's going to drop the command center probably soon in his main base. This bunker will fall, so Dario successfully defended this so far. He is down 3 workers, but of course he got 2 hatches already.
Yeah, this is now officially a very, very difficult position for Select. TLO hasn't gone back to droning just yet. Now we see the first drones in production. But with 3 spines at the front, with 2 queens out, can't really attack TLO at this point. Select knows it. He's going to produce a couple more Marines, might even just park them at the front there. But it's going to be almost impossible for Select to actually be aggressive at this point.
Still has a couple of SCVs on the other side of the map as well. 4 SCVs, man. We take into consideration right now there are only 22 SCVs on the map for Select. He's still sort of committing to this, which is weird.
He just wants to control this space. He's we have to realize that aside from just being a very big nuisance, this is also keeping TLO from spreading any of that creep that we talked about.
I think great scout here by TLO. He didn't scout the second one. He scouted the first one. Now he probably thinks that he's in insanely good shape. When he's just scouted it, he's like, oh, that's your first command center? Well, that's going to take you a little while to catch up. But there's actually one more, which you did not see.
Select finally forced to salvage that last bunker, and probably going to go ahead and send these Marines. No, he's still rallying more units to the front. Yeah, it's really interesting that Select is going to choose to be so aggressive. I guess he kind of has to, though, in this position, because the second he takes the pressure off TLO, we're just going to see Zerg madness, or drone madness, I should say.
Double Evo chamber being warped in, Ben, and or morphed in, I should say. There's no Protoss in this game. Baneling Nest going up as well. The nice thing for TLO right now is, Ben, yes, he dealt with his aggression. He committed quite a bit, but he's already overtaking Select in workers, so he's more than fine. But these 3 spine crawlers, they're going to be useful for a very long time. He can eventually use them to deal with a drop. He can put them in the front, so he doesn't really have to worry about Hellions. That's really nice. It's comfortable as a... Wow, what is this? Select going up to 4 command centers right now, Ben.
That's one way to catch up. Kevin, you just mentioned warp in, and that reminded me of a funny thought I had the other day.
What did I mention?
Warp in. So when a Protoss unit is warped in, like they have to be warped in from somewhere, right? Yes. So like what happens to a zealot if he's like sitting on the toilet and it's time to get warped in?
Upgrade.
Or he's like eating food or something.
You warp in the toilet too. Special weapon.
Just like shows up in the battle with his pants around his ankles.
I don't know what you think about that.
Like, what if like some dark Templar is like on a date with his hot like High Templar, and then he gets warped into battle?
But how does the High Templar knows that he's actually on a date if he can't see the Dark Templar?
I just figured that the chicks would be into the dark, mysterious types, you know?
So the High Templar is the chick right now.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a bit too dark if she can't see him though.
I don't know.
It sounds a little weird, man. And
I'm very curious about these, Protoss life. You know, he's sitting at Chili's eating some chips and salsa, and then all of a sudden he's just warped into battle.
No, you're eating some chips and salsa, and suddenly like the whole
just like
the cup gets sliced into middle. Like, what just happened? You see the salsa going up in the air. It's like, Infernal Pre-Igniter is on the way, Ben. As we see double factory, of course, in the main base for Select. 1 tech lab, and well, 2nd tech lab even. So no reactors yet. It's gonna take him a little while. TLO is unaware of the amount of command centers that is on the map. He scouted this one, and he still thinks that that one is this one. Of course, the opposite is true.
It would have to be impossible to expect this kind of command center swell. This is 4 CC right now.
Yeah, if he knew, he would have probably just gone for the Baning Blast, don't you think so?
I think obviously that's probably what we would have seen. I think it still may be what we see as we see +2 starting up, and both Infestation Pit and Spire going down. So that tells us that we will not be seeing a big Baneling all in. I wouldn't mind it still, even with the Blue Flame Hellions out of the map. Select wants to play mech, so maybe a pseudo MVP mech. He's not going to have the Banshees in the mix, but he will have Blue Flame Hellions and Siege Tanks. Probably going to add some Thors in a little later.
Wasn't this a Spire, Ben, or am I crazy right now?
There was a Spire.
The Spire got cancelled.
Interesting. Perhaps it's just because he was scouting, and he said, hey, I'm going to throw down both these techs, and then I'm going to keep the one that I need. Overseer sees mech, and he's going to say, all right, Muta's probably not going to be that effective. I'm going to get rid of the Spire.
Perhaps a good call by TLO. For the people just tuning in, we got lots more StarCraft for you guys today. You just missed the first series today, which was Hawk versus Morrow. As we see the first Hellions making their way into this third base from TLO. Spinecrawl is trying to route in time. I'm not sure if it's actually going to be in time.
Yeah, I think it's going to be in plenty of time, as there are roaches right behind it and banelings behind that.
I thought Select maybe wanted to sacrifice his Hellions, and he could have just driven them behind the mineral line, or behind the mineral line, and get a couple of shots off. But that's not going to be the case.
He's going to play it a little bit safer. TLO doing a really nice job of transitioning as well. He's up to 70 drones, 3 bases, and is already heading out to take a 4th. This is really one of the hallmarks of good Zerg play, constant expansion. It's so easy to just settle on 3 bases. Never stop expanding, Zerg players.
Oh, a couple of Banelings right now starting to wiggle in, Ben, but so far pretty good splits by Select. Yeah, Select doing this very well, actually. That's a great trade.
4 or 5 Banelings. Roach is going to come up behind it, though, and
still
he's going to hide in the trees there. Nothing to see here, Darren.
Oh, that's kind of weird.
Actually, these roaches are going to be okay. I don't think there's obviously no stem, and with no stem, roaches are damn scary.
This is a whole new game. This is sort of like, don't you guys have that in League of Legends? You can hide in the trees and then get out of it.
Yeah, man. Hide in the bushes. It's like you don't know what's in the bush. Those roaches just, or TLO just face-checked those bushes and got messed up for it. Or Select.
TLO is still up 18 workers, man. Of course, Select is still on 4 orbitals, but Select would have loved to secure this base at least, because if he doesn't secure it right now, he wants to secure this base.
Look at this great positioning there. Just awesome positioning there by Select. Zerglings are going to clean up everything regardless, but that was just super cute is the best way I'm going to put it.
2-1 upgrades, man, and pretty good. 2 more command centers on the way, while Contaminate was being used on one of these factories. Select is just going nuts now, man. He's going to mine out these 2 bases within 3 minutes if this continues.
Look at TLO getting a Nidus network, and I think we're going to see him use this for that kind of aggressive creep spread that we talked about. We'll see if he loads a couple queens up in that Nidus, but for just 100 gas, you can basically put creep anywhere you want it on the map.
Maybe
and keep it there.
Maybe he just wants to get a lot of roaches up in the main base.
That's another very real
But
possibility.
Select has so many command centers in the main base that there is no space uncovered.
Select is on like 6 command center and 2 base.
As I said, he's going to mine out everything within 2 minutes. Select is floating over 1 more orbital right now, and he's going to be able to secure this one as the siege tank production is finally starting to roll out as well. 1 more command center going up, and this is like next level MVP style. He's been on double factory for a little while. We see 2 upgrades going down, but this is almost insane.
I've got to say, I love the way TLO's playing, Kevin. Roach drop against Mech.
Nidus.
Such a great play. Nidus going down over there in the back of this this 3rd expansion. This is a retreat Nidus, I dare say, so that these roaches can actually get away, but Hellions will shut it down. But you know what this has done, Kevin? This has pulled the army out of position for this huge roach drop up into the main. And by huge, I mean kind of medium-sized.
45. That's what she said. 40, like around 14 to 16 roaches in the main base right now. A couple of siege tanks are left behind for Select, but then Select has been building so many command centers that it's gonna, well, actually those tanks are doing a very good job. But even the Hellions
is very well defended. TLO trying some cute stuff. Knight is also finishing up here in the main base, but that's not quite gonna work out. As oh, but you know what? Another Nidus in the back of the 3rd expansion, and this one may complete. There's a lot of Zerglings inside.
Oh, Select has such a simple army, man. That's a simple man.
Nidus does not finish.
Even if it would have finished, there were still quite a few siege tanks there. There's a lot of creep right now in Select's main base. He has to feel very uncomfortable with the position that he's in. Look at Select's army, man.
This is like the most unenviable job in the world. The siege tank driver that's getting pooped on by the overlords.
Yeah, but just look at this army.
Look at this guy.
Man, 49 SUVs, 10 Hellions, 10 siege tanks. That's the army.
Magic numbers, Kev.
Now we have 2 Tours on the field as well, so we're going to see a little bit of diversity at least. Meanwhile, these Hellions dealing with a lot of Zerglings. Great Pongo going down for TLO though. And TLO is just playing a really, really good game.
Yeah, he is all over the place right now, just being as active with his drops and his Nidus play as possible. Super high mobility.
I also
being
feel
exploited here.
that this is the type of playstyle where TLO really excels. He loves to be active all around the map with small units. He comes from a Supreme Commander background, which was very similar to that as well. TLO is not good in those static games where most people sit back and build up an army. TLO is good in controlling lots of small armies at once, being active in so many different places. And during all that, man, still macro up, still make units.
Still, TLO being aggressive at every corner of the map there. We've got more run-bys happening over in this 3rd base, killing a lot of siege tanks. If we look at the supplies right now, TLO is running away with this game. He's just spreading Select out. This is one of the big weaknesses of Mech, guys. It's just not very mobile.
Big drop coming in over here with 4 Overseers and 3 Overlords. The torque count is slowly but steady.
Contaminate being used.
Nidus is going to fall.
But there's just units everywhere, Kev. Roaches and Ultras in the back of this 3rd base. This is like...
Wow, look at this as well. Triple Contaminate being used on all these factories. So smart by TLO.
Just using literally every Zerg ability. Select's finally had enough. GG, he says. Get me out of this game.
Really well done. Look, even Ultras starting to make their way into the map, man. And this is what I really love. This is when I watch when I like to really watch TLO. TLO is so good when there is so many small things happening all around the map. In these crazy games, do not play a crazy game with TLO because he's going to have so much experience in that. And he's just great in those scenarios.
That's like saying, hey, cats, let's practice non-standard against each other.
Let's practice where you build a hatch in my natural and I try to cannon you. Cat's like, okay. Cats would be world champion if that was actually the game. So really great game by TLO.
Yeah, excellent play from TLO. Takes down game number 1 in the series. That game was brought to you by Kingston HyperX. Their full line of SSD and RAM is available over at kingston.com. Go check them out. Buy some of their stuff because, well, I mean that's the whole idea of being a sponsor. Go check them out. Kingston.com/NA. We're gonna take a short break. We'll be back with Game 2. Select versus TLO.